So in the last video I showed you how to use the Japanese line method for doing multiplication, and that was quite easy when we had really low numbers like 221 times 123 or something like that. There weren't so many lines crossing. Now I'm going to show you what you do when you've got high numbers like 79 here and a 9 here, but also here a 0. How would we use the Japanese line method for that? Well, there is a technique, and I'll show you how to do that. Let's try the number 179. And you can notice that I've only drawn the number 24. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to use a different color pen for the 5. So 7 can be thought of as being 5 times 2. So let's make that orange there. And 5 plus 4 gives us 9. So the orange line represents a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7. So an orange line represents a 5. What do we do then when we do the 109? Well, we again start from the top corner, 100. And how are we going to represent a 0? Because anything multiplied by 0 is 0. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a dashed green line to remind ourselves that whenever we want to multiply by 0, we're actually going to get 0. And then our next final one will be 109. So again, we'll need 1, 2, 3, 4 normal units and 1 orange unit. And notice, you don't have to draw them all perfectly. It'll be close enough anyway. Now I've got my matrix here with, shape. We now need to split all of the lines up into the areas where they cross. Anything in this area here is going to be our units, our ones, we can call it these ones. Anyone in the next place where the diagonals cross, these are going to be our tens. In the middle area here, we're going to have our hundreds. And then in the far area over here, we are going to have our thousands. So here in the middle, we've got our hundreds. To the left of that, of course, we have our thousands. And our final one, where the diagonals cross here, where the lines cross here, is going to be our 10,000s. And now we've just got to do the same sort of calculating that we did last time. So wherever a 5 crosses a 5, we know that 5 times 5 is 25. And wherever a 5 crosses a 1, where an orange crosses a 1, we know that 5 times 1 is 5. So we can actually count up the area here of our ones by 5 5s are 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. And now where ones cross ones, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. And I've counted wrong there. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. 81 is the number we get here. Why did I know that I'd calculated wrong there when I got 86? Well, if we look here, what we've actually got is we've got 9 lines, 9 by 9. We've got 9 in this direction, 5 plus 4, and we've got 9 in this direction, 5. So we know that the number of points we're going to get when we check up all these lines is going to be 9 times 9, so it's 81. So here's our first number. The number of ones we have is 81. Okay, let's look at the number of tens. Well, when we look at the number of tens, what we can see here is, when we look at this area here, what number have we got? Well, we've actually got a 7 multiplied by a 9. So 7 9s are 63. And down here I've got 0 times 9, but I know that 0 times anything will give us 0. So I'm expecting 63 using this technique. Well, let's just check we get that. 5 5s are 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63. When we add up all of our tens, we get 63. So the number of tens that we have is 63. And you can see this is where the method actually gets quite complicated. So that is actually the same as 630. Okay, what do we do now then? Well, our hundreds, we have 1 times 9, which we know is going to give us 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to have 0 here in the middle because everything's multiplied by 0. And then we have another 1 times 9 down here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that we know that our hundreds that we're going to have is going to be 9 plus 9, which is going to be 18. So of our hundreds, we have 18. What about our thousands? Well, here we have a 0 again. And here we have a 1 times 7. So we're going to get 7. 5, 6, 7. So our thousands are going to be 7 of them. And our 10,000s, we're going to get 1 times 1. So it's going to be 1. So the only thing we have to do now is add all of these up. Well, we have 81 ones. We have 63 tens, which is going to give us 630. We have 18 100s, which is going to be 1,800. We have 7 1000s, which is going to give us 7,000. And we have 1 10,000, so that is going to be 10,000. And when we just add these ones up, we are going to get, let's make some space here, 1 10,000 plus the 7,000 plus our 1,800 plus from our tens 630 and from our ones 81. Adding our ones first, we get 1. 8 plus 3 is going to give us 11. 8 and 6 is 14, plus 1 is 15. 7 plus 2 is going to give us 9, and 1. So using the Japanese line method, 179 times 109 is 19,511. Now, let's just check that then using multiplication so that we know that we did the right thing. And we use the black pencil here. 179 times 109. We start multiplication from the right hand side. Multiply the 9 by 9, we get 81. 9 sevens are 63 plus 8, 71. And 9 ones are 9 plus 7, 16. So now we've multiplied the 9s. We now multiply the 0 and we'll get 0 here, of course. Before we multiply the hundreds, we move 2 steps to the right because we're multiplying the 100, and we don't really need to write this row of zeros in here because we're just going to be adding zeros there. Then we move 2 steps to the left because we're multiplying 100 now, and then we get 179. And then we can add these numbers up. 1, 1, 6 and 9, 15. 7, 1 and 1 is 9, plus 1, 19. We get the same number, 19,511, but the Japanese line method, it works for these very large numbers, but I'd probably just recommend the normal multiplication. It actually saves quite a bit of time. Okay, good luck with using the Japanese line method, or alternatively normal multiplication.